Hi everyone, I'm Scruffy Looking RGB. Today we're in Akihabara again, taking a look at more retro game fun. In today's episode, we're going to look for consoles that need a good refurbishing, and I'm going to show you the top 3 locations to find really good retro game console junk. So without further ado, let's get scruffy looking. This place is called World Mobile, and it's on the 4th floor where you want to go. The good thing about this place is they allow you to test out your consoles and things. So they do have a GameCube here that has a Game Boy player on it. It says the disk drive won't read games, but you can test it right here to find out for sure, which is a pretty cool thing about this place. And additionally, they do have a few PlayStation 2 thins here, of 2,750 yen a piece. You can test them out here too, which is pretty nice. Silver's a nice color. But if you're a refurbishing freak like me, these are pretty good deals on consoles. So 1,100 yen for a PS1. That's less than like 10 bucks US. As you can see, it's really crowded in here today. But they do have a lot of different junk around. Some good 550 yen Game Boy Advance. It's got some wear to it, but you could modify that one. There's a Wonder Swan in here, a bit of screen burn in it, at about 1,650 yen. I purchased one from here before and modded it actually. You can check that video out if you'd like. Not terrible. The cool thing here is they also have a lot of AC adapters for the Switch, about 999 yen. Not bad. It's a pretty good deal for a adapter switch for the Switch. But so this is where you can check up your games, hook up your games. They have all the hookups for like N64, GameCube, and a lot of others. Here's something pretty nice. They have a family computer, the AV model. The box is really scruffy looking though. 6,600 yen for that. It has one controller. It doesn't have anything else though. It has, I don't know if it has the manual. It doesn't have the manual, but it has like the warning pamphlet in there, which is pretty cool. They do have a lot of PS2s usually. They have all the thins over there. Some PS2s here for 1,000. The fats. What are these? NTSC 39,000. There's another 39,000. These black ones here are. Let's read the serial number real quick. What do we got? 70,000s. Is there a different one here? Another 70,000. These, I didn't check this one. 75,000. So they got a good. So they do have a lot of DSs too. They've had a lot more in the past, but there's not that many out here today. 1,650 for one DS there.
So these junk? Junk.
Another DS here. Also the same price. But you know, if you're into modding like me, it's not such a bad deal. Of course, if you've been here long, you know prices have gone up quite a bit, and not quite as cheap as it once was. Here's another Wonder Swan here. About 2,000 yen for that. Here's a 3DS big boy here, LL for 6,600. They do even have some Switch lights here. Pretty good for if you're a modder, definitely. Check these out. PSPs too, as the price suggests. They do have some Game Boy Advance Micros too, for the special edition. Looks like Pokemon, if I'm not mistaken. There's Pokemon Park in there too. Even a soccer, for the soccer fans out there. I'm not sure what team that is. Probably a J League team. Gyakuten Kenji. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not a soccer thing. But there's a Pokemon 2DS. Some PS Vitas in here. Vitas are 8,250 to 11,000. Yeah, but this place here in World Mobile is a pretty good place to get retro game junk. I've got quite a few good things here in the past. Definitely come and check it out. But let's take a dive into the next location, shall we? Here we are at Surugaya. This is the figure and anime goods location. On the first floor there's a lot of junk here, so usually there's a lot of really good retro game consoles in this location. It's definitely worth checking out. I've bought quite a few good consoles from here before, so let's go in and check out what they have. Quite a few fat PS2s on the line here. And I spy a CD-ROM 2, which is 12,000 yen, which is pretty dang expensive for a CD-ROM. Of course it's sold as junk, so we don't know if this works or not, but it's still a CD-ROM, which is pretty dope. I would love to pick up one of those and refurbish it. There's a Saturn here, pretty yellow, for 980 yen. Sorry, man. Not a bad thing to start out with for refurbishing. Here's a really nasty Sony PlayStation for like 3,000 or 300. Sorry, it's got mold and all kind of cool stuff in that. Nice, crazy. But they do have two twin Famicoms here, 7,200. Most definitely the belt is not working in this, but it does even have like this little insert like they had when they came in the box, so that's kind of cool that it comes with that. But 7,200 for this is definitely a little bit more than I would like to pay for something like that. They're both like the same price though, so it's not bad, but they got them, which is cool. Famicom's here for 500 yen. Really heavily dirtied, but this one is actually pretty white considering how nasty it is. Plastic is pretty white on it. Here's a really yellow one here, but this the faceplate is in pretty good condition. This here, this little bit of these things just lift right off. It's just a piece of plastic that protects the faceplate underneath it, and but they're in pretty good condition, so those would definitely be good refurbishing consoles for Famicom. A few GameCubes in here too. 1,500. That's not the greatest, not too bad. Here on this corner they have a Switch Lite for 11,000 and a quite a few Game Gears here for about 5,400 a piece. These usually end up getting bad capacitors, so definitely capacitor replacement if you get one of these, but pretty cool to see so many Game Gears just hanging out up here on the rack. Some PS1 cards. Pretty cool, 8 megabyte columns for 300 yen for the Game Gear. It's not a bad price. It's not the greatest game, but still. Yeah, I've found quite a few good consoles here. Sometimes they have Game Boys, Game Boy Pockets, 3DSs, but looks like they don't have much except for Game Gears right now. There's a few PSPs here on the shelf on this side. About 5,000 a piece. They do have this Game Boy Color here for about 5,300. It just says junk on it. The screen is really bad. Definitely needs a IPS replacement. Would be good. But I do like the atomic purple color. It is pretty scruffy looking though, so definitely needs a refurbishing. Here we find some Game Boys, 5,500 a piece. Definitely need some cleaning on those. But definitely the prices have gone up in the past 6 months or so. I want to say I found these here for about 2,000 to 3,000 in the past, maybe about 6 months ago, a little less than 6 months ago. So definitely a change in price overall in Akihabara. Dang, this is a pretty beat up DS, 3DS, 7,800 for that. Lots of controllers, PS4, 1,500 each. I don't actually own a PS4, but even the Xbox controllers are about 3,000. Super Nintendo controllers for about 300 yen, which is always a good deal. This one's heavily yellowed there. Bunch of controllers. Wii's for about 2,000 a piece. Super Famicoms. I don't know why this one is more expensive than the others. Doesn't look all that much cleaner. Doesn't look like a one chip. This one's got a nice hole in it though. And it's clean on the front. This one's definitely been dropped off the shelf a few times. I like this Mario. It's got a slam dunk sticker on it. It's got a lot of character. The Mario sticker's pretty dope. Refitting Kingshi. Interesting. So many PS Slims here though. 70,000 model. These white ones are gray or cream. This is 75,000. Bunch of fat. Some bongo drums down here. Yeah, I'd like to get this, but I don't know if I could pay that much for it. Especially if I don't know if it works, but I would really like to get one of those. Alright, so that's probably like my favorite Surugaya junk location. Definitely worth checking out. They always have a lot of good junk. From Game Boys to consoles, Sega Saturns. They even have some rare stuff sometimes too. A little bit more expensive than usual, but still probably one of the best places to check out for retro game junk. Alright, let's check out the next shop. Alright, and you know we're gonna have to end up at a hard-off shop eventually. Yes, even Akihabara has some pretty good hard-off locations. This is probably the better of the three for console junk. It is in the back streets, but if you follow the directions here, just like I showed you, should be no problem. So let's go in and see what they got. Incredible. Here is the infamous junk Game Boy Advance I saw the other day on Twitter. 13,000 for a really nasty yellow junk GBA. It is pretty insane. I remember grabbing one looking about the same at a flea market for about 900 yen. Alright, we got PS3 junk for 5,500, which seems extreme. Nintendo Wii U's for 4,400. 2,200 for PlayStation 2. That's the Wii U, excuse me. This is a Wii. 1,600 yen for that. Pretty slim pickings here at this hard off. They do have some controllers. Got Wii controllers in here for about 300 yen a piece. Steering wheels, AV cables, nunchucks for your Wii. Here's the Torune for 1,100 yen for the PS3. Galaxy Gear VR. What do we got here? Home game computer. Here's a clone. Play your games on a clone for the Famicom. Look at those controllers. Quality. They do have a lot of Xbox 360s, and they're not even that poorly priced. I mean, 2,200 yen. Here is a special edition, The Last Remnant, 1,100. Definitely, if you're an Xbox 360 fan and you like to refurbish them, they have pretty good ones here in Akihabara, no less. Here's one, 800 yen, 1,100, which is not bad at all. Some of them don't work, they say, but one of the systems I really haven't worked on before. Some of them have chrome doors, some don't. Probably a model difference, but sorry, I don't know the models and the differences, and they're really heavy. But cool though. Bunch of PS4 controllers here. I'm gonna say they were way cheaper at that other place. These are a little bit better looking. Oh, here we got a what is this? The Game Tech. This is the Advance. Turns your Advance into so you can watch on the television. And this is one of those things that came out back in the day. So you connect it to your GBA and you can watch it via composite. Always been wanting to try one of those out. They do have a 3DS LL for 11,000 here. DS there for 3,300. Pretty cool. Pelican case maybe? Probably a camera in there. It's a wide lens HD system. A bunch of Wii Fits. The drum game here. Bunch of them in the box. Another Famicom Twin here. Clone PS4 Pro in the box. 22,000. Some more drums. Beat Mania. On the ones and twos. And Pan-Man in there. This is a Hori PlayStation 2 controller, or PlayStation 1. We got a PS2 remote. How much was it? 300 yen? It is heavily rusted though. Bunch of Famicom, Super Famicom controllers, 500 yen. These definitely almost doubled in price, but not terrible. If you're going to refurb a Super Famicom, get your controllers here, 550 yen. Used to be about 330 from what I remember. Yeah, so that was Hard Off here. Our final stop in Akihabara's 3 best locations to find retro game console junk. All right, so that was the 3 best locations to find retro game console junk. I hope you found it entertaining. I hope it finds you some good deals in the future. Let me know down in the comments if you're able to find anything good at any of these places. It is hit and miss sometimes, as there are a lot more people in Japan these days, and it's getting harder to find good deals, but it's always worth a look, so definitely check it out. Thank you all for hanging out with me on today's adventure. Stay safe out there, but above all, stay scruffy looking.
Who's scruffy looking?